And we are back.
That's what I say
recording.
in Madden, by the way. Like when Kenny Galladay gets like a 35-yard reception, I go, "Cheers to you, sir."
Okay. So, yeah, we're
Yeah.
at your turn.
Makes sense.
Well, like I said, I yelled to the sheriff that they're about to
You
frenzy.
can't have someone on your team. Actually.
Tuck the gun in the waistband. Hope I don't castrate myself in the process.
Okay.
One more year, Dan.
Run over,
One more year.
rip 2 smaller branches off my newly planted quin shrub, and bolt for the about to frenzy vampires.
Okay. We'll say that you're able to, you're like right here. You've just shot out the tires. You go around, grab a couple smaller limbs off the quin tree, and make your way up
God.
to, we'll say that you can get some branches this
That would
Alright.
be
because that's your
damaging.
move, and then, you're kind of breaking off too.
You recorded
Um,
this.
But it's not a
Oh,
problem.
like
You're not having to
315
jump around
benches,
and break
right?
branches. The sheriff, meanwhile, will take another shot.
Which I don't think is happening here.
What?
I'm pretty sure I have a torn labrum on my left shoulder.
You.
I think it's just from benching.
You closed another curtain, didn't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and
How'd you hurt your leg? Closed again.
you hear another huge bang from the sheriff, and he actually starts running down towards this guy.
This guy.
And
This
he
guy
does
right
seem to
here.
be moving very quickly as well. Unnaturally fast.
Who's got 2 severed
Towards
tongues
that
and a pair of
person.
tentacles? This guy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
The Torador does not seem to be able to get up this round. There's probably a little bit of flailing around on his part, but not much else going on down there. And at this point, I think we probably have the couple police coming in here just in time. Okay. For this guy to get up,
This guy being Mason or not Mason?
not Mason,
That's his
just in time for not Mason to get up, run towards you,
towards me.
yes,
Oh, joy.
and grapple you from behind. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Have another one, you fucking.
So yeah, you just break these branches off,
Water's killing me.
and suddenly this guy jumps on behind you, and you probably can smell it as much as feel it, and there's the burning flesh smell from this thing that's now on your back. What are you doing?
Oh. Oh.
My girls did my makeup.
No.
Just pull out the gun and just kind of basically hit it against my side. The slide's gonna burn me a little bit, but just start firing into the torso.
All right. Yeah, roll me an attack. This would be a on melee combat, point blank range, and agility.
I love that.
By 2.
Oh shit! I ain't even here. No.
All right. What was the actual dice?
9.
Very well. Yeah, you're right into the gut of this thing. Fire one shot. You have another action you can take if you want, or move.
If I have another action, tilt the gun slightly, probably up, but pull the trigger again. Basically, it's already pressed into him. I don't think it's going to do less damage going through the same hole, but just in case, we'll go up like an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Den of Thieves, right?
Yep.
Roll me another attack on
For
it.
another.
See where you hit him.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 7, so that's by 4. So yeah, I guess it did angle up a little bit.
Yeah.
From low gut to center mass. Well, kind of center mass because it's like going up and through him. How does that work? Because it's still entering at basically the same point, but the damage is it's like hitting stuff up higher.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like lifting the gun; I'm just pivoting.
Yeah, that is a good point. Well,
Wow.
I mean, you're firing. There's a bit of a recoil. You're probably like popping back and take
Okay.
another shot. So yeah, both shots definitely hit this guy. He is still attached to you, however.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, the
What?
cops seeing this probably start taking some shots.
What? Can you show me a dick pic or something?
Pretty much.
I'm just waiting for one of them to brain me.
Shorts I wear during summertime.
No. No.
And story time with my girls. The way I sit.
No.
What
I
they
do not
see.
want to see it.
Look at it.
No.
Look at it.
No. No. You can show the camera if you want.
So
No,
much
you're not showing
balls.
me.
All right.
So what?
The good news is that you hear like 4 shots ring out from behind you, and you know it seems like they're shooting the guy who's basically on your back right now, and you hear the distinct thunk of like bullets hitting like steel armor. And it's like a definite ping, but you also feel one hit you as well, as the bullet actually hits this guy in the neck. It goes through his neck and into your head. And yes, will actually do 8 points of damage to the back of your head as basically like the bullet enters. This guy who was grappling you like instantly lets go and like slumps down. You are still standing. You've taken 8 points of damage to your head right now, and so you have some pretty significant penalties, as you would imagine, to your perception and awareness and basically functioning at this point, as you've taken a good head wound.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's now back to you.
At this point, I'm not even concerned about the gun. Just fucking forget that thing.
No.
Pick up one of the sticks
I don't
and
trust it.
kind of like start running as best I can. I don't know like how disoriented I am towards me, and just like yelling like, "I need to get to Mason."
All right, roll me a
Play it.
appearance and presence and persuasion,
Nice call.
and do a -4 on this
Yeah.
one. It's like the cops aren't really sure what your status is on all this whole thing.
Good job.
-4,
Mm-hmm.
so that's gonna be over by 3.
Very well. You make it up to Mason. And he is now also like flopping around on the ground, and he is wearing a vest. And you basically get right up to him at that point, and he stands up right in front of you. You have an action
Oh, this is a tough one.
at this point.
Click, click, boom.
You can either like do another move action, essentially be like, oh, I'm running away, or you could try and stab him and hope that like with the armor that he has on, it may be hard to get a stake into him.
What is he like? How is he standing up? Is he like down? Is he up? Is he like? Wait, actually, he's missing one of his arms. Which
Yeah.
one is he missing? Is it
He
left?
is missing his right arm.
What's the left arm doing?
The left arm is probably still embedded in the brick wall
So
that he
it's
initially
up like
hit.
that.
Yeah.
Gonna try to go down and that way into the heart.
Look at
Oh,
you.
nice. Very nice. I nom that. That's sick. All right. Yeah.
Second
It's
it if it works.
If it works.
Fair enough.
That's
Roll
going to be
wells.
in agility and melee combat.
I'm gonna run out of this building looking for my medics and be like, oh,
With a
shit.
-4 right now because obviously you've taken a pretty good head wound.
Shit.
You got 5% of hitting a 1, you're fine.
Dead on. Is that a pass or is that a fail? Oh, that's a pass.
Good pass, right?
8 out of 8.
That is a pass.
You have an 8?
Or 12, but mine is 8.
Right.
Yeah. You run up to him, and fortunately he's got that arm extended there, and so it's opened up a nice little target just underneath the arm, in between where his armor is there, and you're able to stab in, get that stick right in between the ribs,
Oh.
and suddenly he just goes limp.
No, yeah, second there.
One arm.
I'll second it now.
Thank Christ. At this point, I'll actually say, thank Christ. Walk back to, just walk back to my car because I don't want to risk falling at this point. 'Cause that might kill me. And start getting medical gear to,
Everyone.
yeah, how about whoever needs it at this point?
Yeah. So,
La 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 la. Ding ding.
Is it my cloth here? Oh, it's in my
the two cops who were standing across from you apparently did not get the message that you were there to help.
Click, click, boom.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, I can't help myself. Popcorn's so good.
See what he's like with a cock.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't get the message that you're there to help. And they take some shots at you.
Out of curiosity, natural armor, would
Find
that
a
have
salubrious
reduced
to
the
attach my arms, man.
bullet to the back of my head?
Yes, actually.
So that would have been 7 instead of 8.
Oh, okay. Well,
I doubt that makes much of a difference at this point. but-
yeah, thematically it doesn't, but, for your own...
Yeah,
For what's coming, that may help, actually. The first shot rings out and hits you in the 9, doing, I guess it's going to be 7 points of damage.
7 down there, 7 down there.
His second shot misses. The third shot misses. Oh my god! And the fourth shot misses you. As these guys are both firing at you. You've taken one to the gut, obviously.
I guess this drop to my knees and hands up. Same side, same side.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. You
Roll
can
me
just
a
drive a stake into a police
Friendly,
person's heart.
yeah.
roll me a perception, or sorry, this is going to be your presence and appearance and persuasion.
When you
And I'm gonna say it. I'll give you. It'll just be flat. You won't get that -4. They are on your side now.
do you mean charisma manipulation?
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
I meant that.
'Cause I think
Charisma.
there's a thing.
Yeah, charisma and manipulation would
Okay.
be more appropriate in this scenario. Yeah, because the appearance and presence is more like.
Charming, or like how hot you are type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're trying to put on airs to, In this scenario, yeah, you're right. I think
Oh shit! No,
So-
no. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Would
I
you
for-
take-
I didn't realize there was a.
Would you
present.
take charisma and manipulation and blend in, stand out? Kind of like.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Oh, sounds
Sure.
funny.
I'd accept that.
You liar.
Liar, liar.
Under by 1.
Yes, I'm fine. I want to fuck you under the wire.
Very well. Yeah, the cops
The wire?
take a moment to reassess.
Stimulate the process.
As they, see you put your hands up and stuff, and so they're still suspicious of you,
I call it a
but
hum button.
they can see that you're not trying to attack anybody or being hostile. You're unarmed, obviously, at this point.
All right, and then I'll just ask him, can I or can you get my gear out of the back of the Porsche? And he's kind of like, that one.
You have a Porsche?
Yeah.
That's sick.
He's got a 3/4 of a Porsche.
You hear another loud boom down the road a little ways. And the two police officers come up to you. They both have guns pointed on you. They're not like getting probably within 5 feet of you at this point. Like, what's your name?
Dr. Thomas Clausen.
He's armed. Shoot him.
They
He's got arms still.
Shoot him!
All of our friends have lost their arms.
No, I haven't lost my arms.
No, you're a fucking asshole.
Alright.
I have medical equipment that these men need in the back of my car. Can I or can you get it for me?
We're gonna have to put you in custody, sir, so we can verify your identity.
Jeez. Fine, I'll just kind of do that. Like, go ahead, cuff me, ask the sheriff. He knows who I am.
All right. Yeah. And so now we'll say that you are out of combat, as these guys, one in fact does go over and handcuffs you. They have you. They have, they have you lie down on the pavement and
That
stuff.
we got another one from
And
me.
it's probably less than a minute later, really, before the sheriff comes up. And says, yes, that's Dr. Clausen. And so yeah, they uncuff you and let you go.
It was 4 cops that were shooting at me, or 2 cops that shot twice each.
It was two cops shooting twice each.
I was kind of like, you guys need to work on your aim and go get my equipment, see if anyone needs help. Their guys or if there's a vampire in torpor pumping blood through like an IV into him, what will that do?
I think. Sorry.
Good.
So
That's Nate's answer.
You
Sorry.
need to do that more often.
oh, poor Jim.
Hard to break the habit.
Yes, it would actually increase their blood pool. It's not going to necessarily allow them to recover any damage that they've had. Also, in this system, I'm going to use a slightly different flare where if you remove the stake, like someone who's staked, they're essentially just paralyzed. Like as soon as you remove the stake, they can actually be brought out instantly if torpor come out.
See, it's a very good thing that was like a giant branch that was in his chest, because my first thought was going to be, oh, just pluck it out if it was a small one.
Yeah. So yeah, this could be problematic in like trying to move him. They're gonna have to saw the tree off basically to move you
We need to
anywhere.
put a fucking atrium in the hospital.
It'd be a lovely place for all the kids to hang out underneath.
What a roll to see if I have a bone
Put
saw
the
with
light
me?
up to the
Just
potato.
go,
Nice. Look at you.
Bioillumination.
maybe some pressure bandages to keep like wrapped around to keep that in place.
We'll say high is good. Or sorry, low is good.
Low is good. A 9.
All right. In fact, you do have a
Small bones. All right, yeah. I guess I'll proceed to chop those branches off like just above the chest, and then wrap the fuck out of all of them both with pressure bandages just to hold that in place.
What's a bundle of sticks she wrapped up?
Very well.
Just curious.
I think it's a faggot.
Oh, I think it's just a fag.
Oh. Is it just a fag?
I think so.
I thought a fag was just a cigarette.
No, it's English shit.
Oh. So a bundle of sticks would just
Be a fag?
faggot.
Why are you doing this to me?
What?
Why?
No, you were asking me a question
No,
about
I was-
faggots.
Oh my god. Please don't upload this to the internet. I'm very scared of the repercussions.
He's just asking me questions.
very well. You are able to get your bag and start
Wow.
trying to secure these stakes into people and
Just
making
bag it,
sure.
faggot.
And in fact, as you're kind of going around and stuff, it doesn't seem like any of the police have been injured or otherwise need care.
Okay.
And so
whenever I have a spare minute, I'm gonna try to regenerate the hole in the back of my head.
so do you have regeneration as an ability?
I didn't know it was a.
It's a discipline up at the top.
Yeah, it's a discipline.
No, I did not.
Or
Okay,
common.
so yeah, you will regain 1 point every 10 minutes. Unless you have that as a discipline
I'm
and
the only one who
choose
took
to
that
exercise
fucking
it.
discipline.
I
That's a
should
good point.
have.
I
Holy
didn't
shit,
know
I
that
should
was a
Holy
discipline at all.
Christ.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean,
Got something to spec in for me.
it's definitely difficult for you to operate with a hole in your head. And yeah, the police are probably looking at you as well, like, should we be letting him work on people like
It's
this?
weird
Like-
that I can see the rest of the street through your mouth.
Huh, it's like a kaleidoscope.
So that adventure's occurring. You know, the fire department shows up pretty quickly too. Extra cop vehicles, ambulances start showing up as well. And yeah, it's
And a fire truck.
yeah, it's
Ooh, I've always wanted to drive one. Shit.
Oh my god, you fuck.
it's not too long.
If there's a lot of like probably humans showing up,
Once the ambulances show up, basically two of the people that are there, the two of the officers, in fact the ones who maybe shot you actually, basically like, sir, you need to come with us, and they like pick you up and like start dragging you towards the armored vehicle that they came in on.
Have I been able to gather my arms?
Yes, during this time.
Okay.
You know, probably just like maybe you're hearing some sirens in the distance of like the fire alarm. Like you can tell it's not police alarms coming. You make your way back into the apartment. It's probably
Nice.
like a good minute of just, you know, slinking through.
Saving Private Ryan moment for you right now.
And as you enter the apartment, you are aware that there are two ghouls in here, people that you recognize as the people that you saw at the sheriff's office, ironically enough.
Unsmoky form then.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're kind of taken aback by you suddenly appearing there.
I need my arms.
But
Have you seen my
Have
arm?
you seen
But they
Can
do
you
look-
lend me a hand?
Oh, shit.
they look at you and kind of like, yeah, I think there's some
Over there?
arms in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll pick some.
Uh,
Oh, those look good.
yeah, they
They look like they fit.
at this point it
Just
looked
by
like
size.
they had like started like sort of looking for evidence and taking some photos at this point.
You need to get
As
those
the
repaired
shooting
fast.
has stopped.
Right.
They're gonna turn
and
to ash.
and they do try to help you find your arms, and you locate what remains of them in the bathroom. They are now disintegrating
Ah,
quite
shit.
rapidly. I mean, there's still like, you know, sleeves and like there's a little bit there, but you can see like it's blackened and like there's wisps missing out of your hand. And so yeah, there's not within probably like 15 minutes or so these will be gone.
Fuck. I will try to gather up what I can and try to find Dr. Quinn.
They say, sir, you probably shouldn't go out in the street right now. Things are quieting down, and you know, we can get you into the a more secure vehicle and escort you from this place. As there's going to be, what is it? You'd say civilians. That'd probably be the term they use. Coming soon.
Can I take these with me? Motioning, like kicking the stumps on the ground.
They're like, sure, we can. The trash bag, is that okay?
Sounds great.
Oh, okay.
Empty out the trash in the fucking
Uh,
bathroom. Put 'em in
yeah,
there.
yeah, one of them like goes into the kitchen, gets one of those like 13-gallon trash bags, comes back, puts the arms into it, and like trying to be respectful. Like, is this person gonna hate me for like just casually tossing their arm in the trash bag?
No,
And you know, they cinch it up there and they like hold it out to you, but realize that you don't have any arms to take
Yeah,
it.
be
teeth,
like,
though.
that's adorable. Tie it around my neck. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Yeah, the ghoul's kind of like, you know,
This is
holding
the
back
coolest
and
necklace
like
anyone's ever worn.
taking the little straps and tie a little knot.
Do you
around
see a therapist? Because I'm gonna need a referral.
It's like
I'm gonna need to talk to someone about this.
the police department provides all that for us, sir.
Yeah, right. Where am I going? Go. Let's go.
We'll get you out to the they actually like one of them comes over with like a comforter, like puts it over your shoulders. 'Cause, I mean, you're a hot mess
Yeah.
right now. Puts it over your shoulders, and they're like, we'll take you out to the van.
Shit.
And yeah, they escort you into the
I'll
back
go with
of
the
it.
flow.
yeah, as they're taking, like, what is it, like Mason and Quinn, like, how far along with what I was doing with them am I?
I'd say that you were able to like stabilize the stake into them, like you got the tree out of it, cut it off and like wrapped it around him, so the stake is in there. Yeah.
Quinn is your last
And
name,
the
right?
same with
Oh,
Mason,
Myers.
but
Okay.
yeah, you weren't able to probably get much further than that before they, said, "Hey, you need to come with us."
I'd probably be yelling Myers Clausen as I go outside. Like, where are you? I need you. Myers Clausen.
God
Myers
damn,
Clausen.
I guess.
You hear
Give
some
me-
shouting, yeah.
Give me a
that's,
sec.
you're-
Grab my gear.
The-
Like,
the
I'm
distinct-
working my way there. Okay.
The distinct
As I
whiny
stumble drunkenly.
screaming. Oh, fuck, it
With
was
this
fun.
weird albatross.
Oh,
around
like
my
are they being loaded up too? The referring to. Mason.
No, they're gonna find their separate ways. I mean, they're bodies essentially in the street right now.
Buddies on the streets.
So yeah, you both end up in the back of this armored vehicle.
Oh, with him?
Yeah.
With my gear.
Yes.
Okay.
Zumishi, cut him off. How can you put him back on? Can you put him back on?
No.
What?
They'll grow back.
Roll
I don't
me
believe I
a
can.
intelligence and medicine on this one. Or sorry, this would be a education and experience and medicine.
I guess I'm good for the answer.
You can add
either way.
your +4 on that one.
I'm good with the answer either way. If they grow back, it's like, all right. You can put them back. All right.
If not,
By 8.
As long as they grow back. Good.
Zamishis, their natural weapons inflict aggravated damage, so they will not, in fact, grow back naturally at this point. You'd need to do a similar thing to what you did with the sheriff and the werewolf claws. In terms of like scouring.
I'll tell you,
it
it's
and-
like.
yay!
I know I can't reattach them though.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't reattach them. Zamishi, you said?
Yeah, I would imagine.
They won't grow back naturally. I can make them grow back. It's not going to be comfortable.
Okay.
All right, I'll hook an IV up to him, hook an IV up to me, and pull out the scouring stuff. Let's get to it.
Good thing I'm already drunk.
Yeah, it's you're probably getting him laid out at this point, and there's probably like a bench seat type thing where you can lay him down on, hooking the IV up to him, and you're probably vaguely aware of this too, that like the sort of like natural non-bleeding that is not occurring in the case of your limbs. Like this whole time it's been slowly trickling.
Losing,
You're
yeah.
losing the equivalent of 1 blood point every 10 minutes through each wound. So hopefully you had enough blood point reserve that hasn't been an issue. Of course, it hasn't really been that long either.
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
He's on IVs right now, so.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to get him back to a safe space, but eventually what would happen is
You want some
lose
drugs?
blood until you
Yes.
frenzied.
What do you want?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything.
Don't want to know anything. Okay, I'm going to make him a cocktail and from one of my bags and swallow these.
Gladly.
Oh, God.
I trust him.
Yeah, the van is turned on, and it appears to start driving away. No one's communicated with you as to where you are going. However, there is at least one ghoul in there. A person. You're not really sure if he's a ghoul or not, but there is someone in back with you. And yeah, roll me a.
Do we have any? Is there a way to strap him down? I gave him drugs, but this is going to start hurting a lot.
I mean,
I've done enough of that already, haven't I?
well, we were gonna take you back to the precinct. We have some, like a medical facility there. Maybe that would be more appropriate. You see,
Oh,
we
we're
don't
going
really
some-
have anything to strap him down unless you want to like cut some seat belts and.
Oh, I didn't know we were going somewhere with the equipment. In that case, he's pretty well knocked out. Sit down, just kind of like, as I'm putting the pills away.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm?
basically, since you IV'd him, he's not gonna frenzy inside the van. I mean, you're both pretty safe at this
And
point.
he's well drugged up, but no, it's like,
Yeah.
as I was going to put the pills away, just kind of looking
And
around the cops. Like,
And it does occur to you too. You do have like a pretty good hole in your head, so maybe trying to do some fine manual dexterity work right at the moment may not be a good idea.
Well, I'm
either.
regaining points, and I got the blood flushing in, so with any luck, by the time we get somewhere, it'll be passable.
You two are quite the pair. And yeah, we'll say that you make it to a the precinct. Pull in there.
How long has it been since combat stopped? Since my
It's like
customization happened?
we'll say it's 20 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, you've had no regeneration at this point. Yeah, the wounds continue to bleed. Fortunately, someone brought some blood. Help you out through this
Each
point.
wound gains like a point every 10 minutes, or is it like I have to pick one?
Each wound will recover 1 point. Yeah.
I don't suppose I can ignore the gut one and go 2 to the head for every.
No. Unfortunately, without the discipline, basically allows you to focus on, regenerating that sort of
I
stuff.
really got to put points into that. I didn't even know that was there. Or I would have dumped some points in the beginning.
So yeah,
If you put my ass in torpor stasis and get him back to help with surgery, or do you work on me first and then go back to him?
Well,
That's an
I
interesting
work
question.
on you first and go back to him because he's not with us.
Oh shit! All right.
Like he's coming. So.
so yeah, let's take a smoke break here,
Love it. Hills.
and we are back.
I'm glad someone's.
Yeah. So you have arrived at the precinct, and it's a underground garage, basically, where you're brought in. Some gurneys are brought up as well for you to, or a gurney is brought up for you to offload your patient into, and there's a couple people here. They don't seem to be particularly concerned by your wounds, either of you walking around. And they basically wheel him in and escort you to
ask
a
one of it. It's like and you grab my backpack in a bag and can you carry that for me? And then I'm away and call Kwame Seso, the Malkavian.
If you say so.
very well. You dial and someone picks up.
Is it Kwame?
It is.
Kwame, this is Dr. Clausen.
Yes, doctor. Are you coming?
I got a little sidetracked. Well, the sheriff ended up saving our ass. Gunfight, the whole fun time. I'm gonna try to make it there tonight. If I can't, I will be there first thing in the morning. I do sincerely apologize for that.
What time is it, by the way?
It's now like just midnight. It's really it hasn't been that
Quick
long.
evening, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna take though.
Yeah.
He says, "All right, yeah, we'll wait here.
If I can make it there tonight, I'll just plan to spend the day.
Please come tonight though, if you can. It's pretty serious.
Okay. I'll work fast.
Thank you." He hangs up, and you are getting to work on Vincent, I assume. You are still going to receive some penalties, as you do have a decent wound in your head, although it has seemed to be
Yeah,
regenerating.
I'm stalling for as long as seems not suspicious. Just kind of like, I just need a minute. I'm going to need that and that. So if that can buy me like another 10, 20 minutes, great.
Okay.
And then, it's just scouring, so I can't screw too much up.
Roll me
You can do
a
it.
perception and awareness -4 for you, I'll say 8 now for you.
Oh, boy.
You are drunk and drugged as fuck.
Was I able to knock that down to a 3 with the extra
Sure,
stalling?
yeah.
All right.
You are recovering.
Let me know how many that knocks off after.
Wow!
Shit!
Wow!
What am I rolling?
A
You got
awareness
3 or lower.
and
I don't
perception
think I want to be that
and eye
aware right
and
now.
awareness.
That's fair. Oh my god, that's so.
By 8.
Yeah. You walk into what is a very secured wing of this precinct. Like go in initially right into an elevator off of the parking deck and go down a couple floors, and are brought into an area where it's like all concrete walls and like reinforced doors, and brought into a section that looks sort of like a fortified ICU. Is the best description I can think of it. It's like heavy, like plexiglass doors that are encompassing these glass enclosed rooms. Inside, there's like tables that are reinforced steel, with like restraints and stuff, and there's medical equipment on either side, and it definitely strikes you as the kind of room where they would either bring people out of torpor or treat people who are maybe torture people, kind of do the messy business that might need to be done to vampires.
Good to know.
And so yeah, you're like totally aware of what's going on, and also very aware of like, okay, they're rolling me into this like room with all this like restraints and shit. And yeah, I don't know how you'd react to that.
Clausen's with me?
Yes.
I'm with it then. I'm good with it. I put my trust in him, my faith in him.
They assist in, kind of rolling you off of the gurney, and putting you onto this table. There is some medical equipment here. I assume you probably brought your bags in from the van as well.
I
so
mean,
you got some stuff.
I imagine they have everything I would need, but I didn't know, so I brought everything.
All right. And yeah, so you're getting to work.
I'm gonna restrain him first. Just say like,
You can probably skip the arm restraints.
fair enough. I don't want you kicking me in the head because that could cause a lot of issues.
That's fair. You got some chains. Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like reinforced straps
Yeah.
or whatever that go over the torso and stuff. And yeah, I assume you're putting the straps on and everything. Like, oh boy, here we go. Have you dropped the shadow armor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you're definitely pretty fucked up at this point from numerous wounds. The worst of it, of course, is the two arms that are missing.
Can I try an intelligence medicine to suggest things for him to do?
Sure.
-8?
Yeah, at -8.
So it'd be to do. I was an EMT. -8, so I have 4 or lower. 2. I'm throwing out suggestions.
They're actually relevant.
Okay.
I would
wow.
recommend blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't know where you put an IV into someone when they don't have arms, but I guess you're probably like going right into the neck.
Yeah, like
going,
the neck
okay.
or the
Jugular.
Yeah, or the femoral and the thigh there would probably be a good point. Yeah, you're like, oh, you better hit me there. Okay,
Weird
so
how still
are
this
you?
with it, isn't it?
It is. You need more drugs.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you can start working on him now. Obviously, if you want to try to make the Malkavian meeting, you're gonna have to get started pretty soon.
Yeah.
But you are still at a minus. We'll say 2 now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like I said, scouring. I can't screw too much up.
Yeah.
It's not open heart surgery or anything.
Yeah,
And with any luck, by the time I'm done with him, they'll be back. I'll be back up to full. It just kind of lock them up, get the blood going, and bam, bam.
Yep.
Have a nice day, guys.
Very well. Roll me an intelligence and medicine on this one. You cannot add your +4 on this particular.
With
check.
my assist. Like a
Well,
backseat
the plus
driver.
4 is the on education and
Yeah.
experience. So
Yeah.
you're talking like actual, like the medicine in the back, medicine and chemistry, right?
Yes, medicine and chemistry and intelligence or memory.
Dead on
Dead on.
at a 19.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna start mumbling about Clarissa, my wife.
Yeah, you start. I mean, he is literally like cutting the flesh off of these exposed stumps and just getting that what is really truly dead flesh now at this point from the natural Zamishi wound or aggravated Zamishi wound. And I mean, it's successful, but it's not like a very efficient or clean job. you probably still got like bone chunks sticking out. And you're kind of like hacking at it.
I
Which
got,
makes
I got a
sense.
hole in my head. Give me a break.
Not wearing tank tops anytime in my future.
Exactly. The pain is horrendous. Fortunately, you are both very blood drunk and heavily sedated at this point. So you're uncomfortable, but you're not like frenzying from it or anything like that. As he's kind of like hacking into you. And yes, fortunately, there is blood IVs and stuff feeding you at this point. So like the beast is sort of kept in check as this whole procedure goes on. And after, very crude but efficient exercise there, within a half hour, you are able to scour these wounds. And they stop bleeding, which is, of course, the symptom of an aggravated wound is that.
That's the fucking battle right there. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So you're feeling somewhat better already, and then like, okay, the blood that's pumping into me is like actually staying there. It's not just continuing to drip out of me. So yeah, he's in a stable place now. You do know with these wounds, it will probably take anywhere from a week to 2 for him to regenerate these limbs naturally.
Let him know that. And ask the other cops, where are the other 2 that were coming? Dr. Quinn and Mason.
I haven't heard anything, but I can call in and see what the status is on them.
That'd be great if you could.
He leaves and comes back probably, we'll say 10 minutes later, and says they are being transported by ambulance to the precinct here, presumably for medical evaluation as they are dead. Says he'll be here in about 10 minutes.
Okay. They're both torpid and about to frenzy, so we're basically gonna have to heavily restrain them and get a bunch of blood flowing into them before we pull those stakes out.
Very well. We can do that. Says, although there's only 2 of these rooms, and he says we'll probably have to relocate.
He's fine at this point.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he's drugged up, but everything that can be done for him has been done. It's on him to regenerate at this point.
Very well. He looks at you and looks at you and says, we have some cells we can put him in, and just, he can recover there. If that's all right.
They fucking beat her in the streets.
Beat her in the streets.
Maybe that's for the best.
Until the drugs were out. I gave him a pretty strong cocktail.
Okay.
You couldn't do anything about it.
They basically come over, move you onto the gurney, and I don't know if you'll assist them in this process or
Yeah,
not.
it's kind of like, we're just going for a little ride, buddy. You're gonna get some sleep.
And yeah, we'll assume there's probably still blood IV hooked into you at this point. You've gone through quite a few, certainly in this surgery and everything.
I'm assuming they have blood bags here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're pretty well stocked in this regard. So, between what you brought in your own bags and what they have on site, we'll assume that Vincent is able to top up and get enough blood into his system. And yes, they bring you to a cell, a heavily steel reinforced door, and deposit you on a rather simple bed. Inside there, there's it's just a cell.
Is his cell phone on him?
It would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a smartphone, is it?
No, it's a simple, no lock on it or anything like that. Yeah, it's a simple flip. Please take it off me.
I guess I'll.
I almost assumed that I would have been stripped naked for this procedure, anyways. I mean,
No need to.
I'd say, given the amount of time, that you probably haven't. You're still in that clothing that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
fucked up and stuff. And
yeah, I'd probably just literally be in my pocket.
I mean,
with,
they
my cash.
probably removed the bag. That
$1,000
went around
bucks
your neck.
cash you could probably get out of those pockets. 3 pennies on the ground. Interesting.
Can you?
I'll
like with modern phones, you can hold the button so like you can record a voice message and send it as a text. Can old flip phones can they play those?
If you receive them as a text, you can. I don't. They probably have the like. He has a flip
Leave a
phone
voicemail.
Yeah,
bought in
good point.
2020, so
I'll call his phone and leave a voicemail just explaining everything that's going on and why he's in this room,
Yeah.
and then I'll like make sure
Down
I'll check that in another day.
down
If
here,
my
your
fucking
cell phone
fingers work.
it's not working. Like when you made that call in the parking deck, or when you were on the road there or whatever, to the like you had reception.
I'm a Sombra. Leave me a note. I'm sure I can
ask
read
one of the
doctor's
other,
scratch.
ask one of the cops that are around there. Can I see your phone for a second? And I'll literally like record myself explaining what's going on, and just tell the cop like if he wakes up and I'm not here, play this for him.
Okay. Yeah, the cop will do that. Yeah.
You can hold it up to the glass. I don't care, but
Yeah. Says yeah. I can do that. And meanwhile, you've gotten Vincent situated inside his cell.
hurt those
You record that message, and probably at that point, like the door quietly closes, and there's like a locking sound, just to be on the safe side. And yeah, two patients are rolled in down into this infirmary.
all right. What am I down to for negatives now?
You are probably now down to just flat. Like the wound's healed up enough. Yeah, it's now about like 1 a.m.
Sweet. Hook another IV up into myself to top. I don't even what I lost 14 total. So plus, how many points are in a blood bag?
5.
5 hit.
5. So I'm still down 4. So I'll hook up another bag to myself, and with those like the metal carriers, just kind of walking around with it as I'm going to the next patient.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, both Quinn and Mason are wheeled into here on their gurneys. Both of them still have the wood in their chest. Both of them have numerous
wood in.
other injuries as
Oh,
well.
I'll do it.
And so, who are you attending to first?
Quinn.
All right. So yeah, as I mentioned before, it's relatively straightforward at this point. You need to, once you remove that wooden stake from them, like they will be in that frenzied state they were in, but the regeneration process will restart. If they are topped off with blood points at that point, they'll then be restored to consciousness at some point.
All right, and that's like you're 100% that frenzied vampires can't break those straps.
Yes, that's what they're made for.
I'm taking your word on this, and basically lay Quinn down. And you start the IV, and you still have both your arms.
Lucky. Luxury.
Start the IV, but run a really long line, so that you mean the blood bag is like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
So that way they can not get too close. You get the bag ready. Make sure that he's really, really strapped down. Some trauma shears, cut that thing away, and then everyone stand back. That's where the fun begins, and just realistically with that size branch. Step back quickly.
Heart starts healing immediately.
Yeah. As soon as you remove that, almost
Talking through it.
instantly, like, the eyes pop open on Dr. Quinn, and there's like this furious struggle as he's like straining against this. He did have a very gnarly head wound, which you can like visibly see now, like healing up and enclosing. Roll me a, we'll say, education, experience, and vamp knowledge. This one.
With or without the medicine.
Add your medicine to it.
By 11.
Yeah,
That's fine, yeah.
it looks very much like someone who's got like a regeneration of 5. Like, that like frenzying vamps will regenerate very rapidly, and so literally within like a couple rounds you have like regenerated that head wound Like your other like
Wow.
slash wounds have like sealed up.
What's funny is
Yeah, you have the regeneration. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So like yeah,
How long-
naturally frenzying vamps will just regenerate their wounds very quickly,
Would I know
assuming they have the
about
bullet to sustain it.
about how long till he's out of frenzy?
So yeah, at this point, it's really just a matter of him like getting enough blood pumped into him. And what were you at for? You were very low for blood.
I was at
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Pussy.
So yeah, it's probably gonna take you. I mean, at 5 blood points, what does it take for you to get the top?
33. So I am max.
Six blood bags.
All right.
We'll put him a little overtopped.
I'm doing a 17. Fuck you.
So yeah, honestly, it's not. I mean, it's almost longer just to like change out the blood bags as like there's this screaming and horrendous screeching. Like the guards that are there are like they look like they may have seen this before. Like they're not overly concerned, but they're also not thrilled as this thing's going on. Like they kind of got like
No
their
one's
hands on the guns and stuff, and
It's
they're
like,
just
no.
His life is worth more than yours. If he kills you,
they're just watching him like strain against his after like
He will
is it
probably
gonna
save your
hold?
life in future.
And it's honestly within, I'll give it. He does have to get 6 blood bags into him, so that's just a while to drain. 10 minutes probably before he's topped off.
Well, once he's like up and
And
set,
roll me a willpower and awareness.
Please critique his medical acumen.
That's under by
should have used a 14.
This
Very
is
well.
bullshit. What are you doing, you fucking Philistine?
You are suddenly in control of what's been going on. You've been
So I've definitely.
aware during this process of kind of like what's going on. It's like almost like you're in a dream state, so you
Okay.
can kind of remember what has occurred, but now you're actually in control. Like you've been having an out of body experience for the last several minutes.
So do I know where I am?
No.
Do I know the people around me?
Aside from him, no.
Do I see him? Am I able to wrestle my neck around and see him?
Probably not. You're probably like literally like in a
Mucus.
vice, fixed, looking up at the ceiling.
Does
You may have seen
Does a
him
lure
like when you were,
flame-
when he was hooking an IV
does
into you.
Allura
But
Flame need somatic components?
no.
Okay. I will look around, and if there is not a badge in sight that indicates that these are friendlies, I'm going to cast Allura Flame.
Oh God.
I'm in a cell over, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not
Right.
there. Yeah, you're in control. You can't see anything. Like I said, your head is like restrained. And you're looking at the ceiling.
Like, is it visible to me that he's came out of frenzy?
The screaming
Probably
stopped.
not. Like, yeah, for at least the instant, like he's not making any more sounds. Like it's kind of quiet.
Well,
But I mean, this whole process though, he's been kind of like momentarily seizing and coming in and out. So
he's on the last blood bag though.
he's getting close. I mean, you'd hope, but you don't know how much blood is in him either. You just kind of keep pumping it into him until he stops.
Am I at full health, by the way?
Yes, actually.
Fucking 30.
What?
Throw 30 into this one.
Oh my god, kill everything here.
Do it.
Oh, while I'm waiting for this, I'll basically just ask the guards, like, is Mason set up in the other room?
So
Do I hear that?
not initially.
Okay.
As I said, you wake up, you are aware that you're in a strange place. You are like heavily restrained. Can't move your head to look around.
It's like last thing remembers is getting stabbed.
Shot in the
And
head.
then a dreamlike state.
Not stabbed, shot in the head.
Well, no,
Do
the
you
last
remember
thing,
that?
your dreamlike
Maybe.
state.
I remember a gun being pointed at me.
Oh, that's fair. That's
Your
right.
awareness would come back in when that stake was removed. So you probably like have this vague image of
Okay.
Dr. Clausen
Okay.
like pulling something out of you you know,
Well, fuck,
and then
let
you've
me-
just been staring at the ceiling this whole
Let
time.
me do intelligence and vamp knowledge to know what the fuck he did, or if that wasn't like, it wasn't just a dream or something. Like, oh, this is what he's doing to get. me
It was
out.
all a dream. Biggie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
By 10.
Yeah, you're like I've never been in frenzy before, but this
Or
is
torpor.
what or torpor, but this is maybe what it's like.
Okay, well, where the hell am I?
You're not like in pain anymore.
Yeah.
You feel fine. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you're physically restrained, but you're not like being
Oh,
tortured.
can I do the lure flame 1 on the bonds?
No, I mean, allure flame that would be like in your palm. You can't even really see the restraints that are on you right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just where the hell am I?
You hear where the hell am I?
Oh, at that time, I'm gonna walk over to kind of like he's laying this way, heads here, just kind of like
What's
pat
up,
him on the
brother?
shoulder. Hey, buddy, you're back.
Russell Moore.
Welcome home.
Now I'm casting lure flames.
We're officially in hell.
Kind of motion to the cops, guards, whatever they are. Just kind of, all right, let's get these off so I can get onto Mason.
Officers.
Yeah, right here. Make it work this time.
The cops do come and assist. They're unbuckling some restraints. It doesn't take them long, and of course, you're free to move. You didn't lose any limbs. Is that
No,
correct in this
no.
whole thing? Yeah, it was Mason that ended up amputated, along with Vincent. And so yeah, easily within a minute, they've got all the restraints off, and you are free to move.
Care to assist?
With what?
Mason.
Oh, where is
Who?
Vincent?
He's severely drugged up in another cell right now.
Okay. Is he in the same condition as the rest of? I don't care.
More or less.
He's alive. That's all I know. Like you didn't say he's dead, so that's what matters. Yeah. Yes. Do you need my assistance?
No, I can do it if you want to just take a minute, understandably.
No. I just it's Vincent. Does he need the same? We can just get them both done.
Vincent's already been taken care of, and like I said, he's heavily sedated.
Oh, that's fine. Then yes. Yeah. We'll help Mason.
On to Mason.
Very well.
Do retell the tale of what happened after I fainted.
I will regale him with detail.
Yeah, you go next door
And I wouldn't
to.
call it so much fainting.
I'm aware.
Yeah, you are able to fill him in on a brief details. Mason's already been strapped in on the pad, so it's pretty much a question of like, are you gonna take time to tell him the story of everything that's transpired, or are you just gonna be like, let's get to work on fucking Mason? Talk later.
I imagine it's a little bit of both, where it's like
You can
firemen.
You can talk while you're doing
Yeah, I imagine it's like firemen, handing pails off to one another, just talking about their wives and whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of you roll me an intelligence and medicine as you prepare to work on Mason.
By 14.
By 9.
Very well. You are able to relay the general details of what has occurred since you fainted, basically, over the howling screams of Mason as he's like, coming out of frenzy.
I work out lab. This is nothing.
Fortunately, Mason doesn't take quite as long in that he didn't have as much blood burned. He does have a lot of very serious wounds, including it looks like his neck has almost been severed. Like there's just a spine holding his head onto
I
it
want to do
towards him.
biothaumaturgy on that immediately afterward, after
Alright.
he stops screaming. Yeah, that's like, I don't know if you have to flip him over or what, but like just immediate.
All right. Yeah, between your own biothaumaturgy thaumaturgy and the fact that he is. Fortunately, it wasn't aggravated damage that he sustained from
Yeah.
those sword wounds and everything else.
Luxury.
Yeah, you got the fucking worst.
He
of
does
it.
have an aggravated wound though from the gangrel that he
Yep.
was fighting with at one point. However, with your assistance, that's
They'll-
very
they'll-
easily
yeah.
remedied. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
they'll
just
dumb it
knock it
down.
down without having to do any scouring or anything like that.
Yep.
His regeneration is amped up given his frenzied state. Quickly regenerates, and yeah, the blood brings him back to consciousness. Within a minute.
The second I see his eyes open up for real, like not glazed over and fucking feverishly looking for something to murder, I will walk away. And I will go to Vincent's chamber.
All right.
And I will ask. I'm not too worried about Mason because he's probably very familiar with these rooms and knows exactly where he is. So, ask one of the guards. You guys got a squad car I can use for the night? Something? A taxi cab or something in the impound lot? I don't care.
We have some unmarked vehicles.
That's
you,
fine.
you borrow. Okay.
And I'll tell you.
Can we have your number to arrange to get it back when you're done?
Yeah, sure. I'll give him the number.
Okay.
I gotta go deal with a crazy fucking Malkavian. Wanna join? Psychological emergency.
Do you want me to join?
You're welcome to. Mental stuff is not my specialty, so
You're on fire. tonight.
This red dye. is
Let me
like
tend to Vincent and I'll go with you.
really bad.
sure.
How does Vincent look? Aside from, well, I mean, this is the first time I find out you have.
I mean,
arms.
Vincent.
I think I have
Vincent
arms
is-
right now. They're just not very functional.
They're stumps.
They're like sutured to my torso, I think.
No.
Oh no, not even.
No, they're
yeah,
scoured
yeah.
off and they will grow back over a week
Oh
or two.
no shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that fucking sucks. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, you're conscious in the cell, although in a very difficult state, given the fact you're blood drunk and heavily drugged.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's a lot of muttering.
You hear some muttering from you. Yeah, I'll do what I can.
It'd be funny if your safe space, I'm just gonna turn into a shadow puddle again, and just hang out on the floor.
At least you can't.
There's no Vincent in there. I don't know what to tell you.
Good. I'll do what I can on the arms. I mean, I assume it's gonna help the process a little bit, but not much at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you go in and look at him. Are you saying anything as you enter? Or
Just his name 3 times.
Oh, okay. Vincent, you're vaguely aware as Dr. Quinn comes in, and I don't even know how to describe what's probably going through your head right now. You hear the voice and
I tell you what went through my head a little bit ago. A bullet.
the
You too?
You too.
you're trying to guilt trip him out as he's missing both of his arms.
Yeah, that's right.
You
I think I would
You, like,
aggressive-
take
I think I would aggressively respond against any presence around me, and I would try to physically affront it.
oh boy.
I think I feel like that's what he would do. If he sent someone around, he would strike out or lash out,
Okay.
which would probably be evident pretty quickly.
The
Yeah.
you
Pretty much
go over to
coming
him.
from
You know,
Chad.
there's probably a blanket that's been put over his torso at this point. So you pull back the blanket, to look at the missing limbs, and you can tell, okay, they're not bleeding anymore. Or it's clearly a case that he just needs to regenerate.
Mhm.
And you're just looking at it analytically, but you're bent over it, inspecting the limbs, and you have this you have this
I'll try to
this
leg lock him
neck
or something.
extended out
Yeah.
in front of you, Vincent. At this moment, what are you doing?
I think it'd be trying to leg lock the person, try to I mean, obviously, it'd probably be the first initiation. The initial thing would be to grab, but that's not working. Try to bring up legs and try to snare the person
Oh Jesus!
and
All
keep
right,
them in contact.
roll me a grapple.
-8.
I'll give you a -4 on this one. Yeah, I mean he's
Strength or
close.
agility?
He's not. It would be a strength on this.
Do you
one,
want my
yeah.
agility reflexes?
There's no defense here at this moment.
That's a fail by 2.
Okay, yeah.
Which is probably good.
Yeah, Vincent, you see the stubs reach up towards you, and there's a little wiggling and nothing happens, and then like you see Vincent's eyes get wide, and suddenly he shifts, and the legs like flail towards you. Maybe one kind of like sort of gets around you, but the other one doesn't. You know, he's got to like pull all the way back towards his torso. It's not happening, but it seems like he's definitely trying to like lock his legs around you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like have a hand on his chest and then like pivot so my legs are like adjacent to his head and be like, "Easy, Vincent. It's Quinn."
For a second, I thought you were about to lure a flame on him.
No.
And on the chest.
Boom! Like, fucking drop a hole in him. I'm worried that Clausen didn't do a good enough job. I don't know if you can hear me in there, but I need to take a better look at you. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Oh God! I know, man. That's such a dick.
Give me a tongues out.
Thumbs up.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Where did my die go? I lost my die.
Yeah, I would imagine
It's under your seat.
if there's
Oh,
no
thank you.
rolling involved or whatever, I'd imagine he had to be the eyes flaring open, looking at him, and then just like no verbal response, but just
Okay.
staring at
Yeah,
him.
I'm
Just
gonna
be like,
try to give you the softest eyes I can muster with this character, would probably be something like, and that's it. I don't know, like lock eyes and be like, hey, like I guess I would talk as well, but
The one of the police officers who was probably standing outside the door says, "Do we need to put him in a airproof, like sealed room?"
no, I don't think so. He's just reacting to presence. If there's no one around him, I think he'll be fine.
These doors do have cracks. People of his nature could potentially escape.
If he escapes, he'll be sober within maybe 8 hours. I don't think it's any cause for worry.
Cop says, "We'll move him to one of the sealed rooms, I think."
He's fine. He's fine. Just give me a moment with him. If you're in there, just like
The cop's like looking at him, like looking at you. He's like, he's not okay right now. Like, we need to, yeah, because he could just shadow form out of
I'm
here.
gonna get up in his face and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Who's the doctor here?"
I'm sorry, sir. We can't have someone that is a potential risk to everyone running around.
He'll be fine when he gets out of his stupor. You put him in a drunk tank. It's the same thing.
He went after you. You're his friend. Like, what's he gonna do to us?
Put you in a leg lock. Oh no.
Uh,
God forbid.
This isn't my first La Sombra rodeo, sir.
Nor is it mine. Give me a moment. And I'm gonna try to do not quick, but do a setup for me if you can. If you're in there, just do a setup for me. That's all I need from you.
I feel like I want to leave this to a roll. Like if
Yeah, I
like
mean,
if
you're
I'm,
that on edge.
you know,
it's hard to say where you're at.
intelligence or willpower?
This is a willpower and awareness right now.
willpower
I think
awareness.
that's right.
All right. It's 12 or lower. Oh, I am not home.
Wow.
Daddy is out.
Yeah, you
Gone
get
fishing.
you get a very hostile.
I will,
response
again,
from
whatever
him,
I can do
yeah.
with my legs to attack.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
even do a little bit of shadow shit.
Oh boy. Alright, yeah, I'd say you probably like shroud darkness.
Yeah, like level 1, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
would be the level 2 where you basically just put everything into dark.
Yep.
Like that would probably be a feeling safe thing where you're like, oh, I know I can, be in the shadow here. Bless you.
Wow, that sucks. I don't know where the fuck I am right now. Oh wait, I have heightened senses. Thank Christ.
Which
Doesn't
helps.
work.
Yeah, it helps.
But it doesn't do anything wonderful.
Yeah, it doesn't. You are just super aware of the fact that you cannot see, hear, or feel anything. outside of this darkness.
I mean, I assume does heightened senses giving my like sense of balance and things like that?
In this scenario, like the
Or, like
darkness,
my
just,
sense of awareness of where I am in the room without having moved.
you'd have your memory of where you were, but you can't. There's no light, no sound. You can't hear, like, feel anything in it. Like, any air movement has just stopped.
Okay.
You're now just like in this, like, almost
Bubble.
like pea soup
Yeah.
blackness has just completely enveloped you.
All right.
I mean, you can't even see him. He was just a couple feet away from you. From your perspective, it's very weird because it's just like instantaneously, suddenly you're transported to somewhere you have no idea.
I guess for my end of things, yeah, it would be a safety thing where I'm not going anywhere, but I feel more secure.
Roll me a yeah, this has got to be weird for you.
It turns out the officer was right.
Roll me a
escape. Like
I was thinking about it.
experience
Actually.
in education and vamp knowledge.
can I roll a either intelligence or education with vamp knowledge attached to the I've seen this before feat I have to not get totally
Ah, yes.
fucking whack the hell
I
out?
say, yeah, you can definitely use that for this scenario.
Under
Oh,
by five.
fuck.
Under by
Nice.
5.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you've never been like swallowed into the darkness
Yeah.
before, but you're like, oh, I know this is a power that Sombra have. Like, they
Yeah.
can summon shadows, and like, I don't feel like I've been transported or I've been blinded. Like, I'm not in pain.
But like in my mind, I'm like, if I walk like 8 steps that way, I'm out.
yeah, exactly.
I can't grab onto him, but I want to deliver a message to him. Can I spend a conviction point to make the shadow like push him towards me for a moment?
Yeah, I mean, you do have some ability to like.
I just want him
Control it.
close to me for a moment.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I just want to say, don't let them make me embrace. And that's it. 'Cause I'm afraid they're gonna in
Yeah,
this
spend
situation
a
force me.
conviction point. And yeah, in that like briefest of moments, like maybe that you're able to control the shroud, like you relax the barrier between your two heads, and like you feel the like
I can send a mental message
pressure moving you.
with a I have an aspects of 5. So
Yeah, you can.
can I send a mental message to him?
Sure, now that you see him, yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
Leave.
I don't know if that's
Oh
happening.
boy.
Let's say like become like say I'll say like become shadow and follow me out.
Okay. I want to try to do that.
Very
If
well.
that door is still open and there's a split second of opportunity, I will try to do that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can spend the blood and become a shadow. You can.
I will
certainly
triple that blood to become a shadow if need be, as fast as possible.
You like. I mean, the inky darkness is still there unless you choose to desummon it. in
No,
this
keep
scenario,
it.
Yeah.
So it's 41, so that would have been 2.
Damn. Good call.
Yeah, I'll try to sneak out if I can. If the door's shut, well, fuck me. But oh wait, I might not be in a sealed room now.
Yeah, this cell is
Yeah,
not a sealed
yeah.
room.
Yeah, keep them in inky blackness, and I will try to run, if possible.
Yeah, you exit the blackness, leaving
Yeah,
the
I
cell.
can't feel the weight of the shadow. I don't know if
You know, there's
or not.
a couple of the guards now have come up and stuff. You, meanwhile, are probably now privy to this as like
what the fuck? was
Mason
that
has
darkness
been
going
unstrapped
by?
and like he's coming out of it. You know, both of you are getting into the hallway. You're probably seeing one guard on the opposite side of this inky black, and you can't see the end of the hallway where you initially came in, right? So you're in these two isolation rooms. Here, the cell where Vincent was like over here, and then there's this long hallway, and then the elevator where you came in on. So now you can't see that elevator or anything beyond, nor hear anything from what's going on. You emerge probably
Would I know what
towards
the
the
hell
elevator
that is?
side. There is a guard there. And
Guard shouldn't have
he
said
seems
anything.
like it's like also has just emerged from the darkness. Like he was by the door and like also had enough wherewithal to realize like, oh, I just need to move to the side or something, get out of here.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's kind of a little taken back, but recognizes you easily. He's like, what's going on?
I am just leaving. Like, give a heavy sigh and just leave.
Very
Should
well.
I go in you.
Smuggle them out.
Yeah. Fuck you in your ass.
I've never body passed.
Yeah, I mean,
before.
at this point in my fucking state, I think it would be fucking full shadow form and darkening as I go, like if necessary, like just boop, 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 and try to get out.
I mean, you
Because
couldn't-
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing
couldn't
at
you
this
just
point.
like,
Yeah.
in shadow form? Can you just slip into like my shoe?
No, I think it's still like a
Human-sized
like a
pool.
human sized pool of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if I get to a dark spot, I mean, if I get to an elevator shaft, fucking golden, like
Yeah.
slither right through that shit.
Can you just like move with my shadow?
Nah, I wouldn't imagine in this state
No.
you'd be able to control
Yeah.
that enough to
Okay.
do that. You'd be like, why is your shadow hurt dirt?
Can you travel between
Yeah,
shadows?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
I think that's a higher level.
Yeah, like when he's in that form, like the shadow that he creates is very much like the shadow that he summoned. It's like a pea soupish like physical presence. Like it looks sort of like a shadowy mist.
Oh, okay.
So it actually has like 3 dimensions, unlike a normal shadow.
Ah,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not quite as easy to conceal.
I feel like if I was sober, maybe I might be able to hide in your shadow, like make it work, but probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do what I can to get out of here. I mean,
So yeah, I'll say that like yes, you are able in this form. You've summoned one bubble. You shadow form yourself and start slithering out into the hallway. You can clearly see that like, oh boy, I'm gonna run into the edge of my barrier. As soon as you cast or use the blood to create a new one, the one that you've done before will
okay.
extinguish, so it
Yeah.
doesn't like linger.
Like
And-
hopscotching.
Yeah, exactly. And so you see that in the hallway as well. Mason
It's
does.
like a horror movie, darkness down the hallway coming towards
Yeah,
you.
it's really like maybe even
It's
maybe
going
it
away
isn't even
from
like a casting, but rather like a sequential.
Right,
like,
right.
I
It's
don't know
going
if
away
the,
from me though, isn't it?
it's moving down the hall. Yeah,
But
you
like
see
a
this
lid.
like inky blackness moving, and you can clearly see it's coming out of the cell where Vincent
Thanks for the
was.
suggestion. I was happy to ride this out in a cell, but
Yeah.
very suggestible right now.
As the darkness like starts moving towards him, the guard that you saw on your side, Quinn, runs down to the end of the hallway and basically like hits a big red button. And he's like, "Containment protocol," and like you hear some like alarms start beeping, and you also hear this as well. And the guard turns to you and says, "You can't leave. I'm sorry. We can't get out of here. We can't let anyone out."
You'll fall.
There is a like distinct, and you're probably like the shadow's starting to move down the hall, but you're walking in front of it towards the elevator, and you see these like glass doors like there's an audible sound as like a hermetic seal forms over the door. Like, please, sir, just have him go back in the room.
I can melt my way through the glass, or you can just open the door.
You could melt it, probably. Sir, this whole area is
You're gonna save
It-
yourself a lot of property damage.
this whole thing will burn if the seal's broken.
Okay, so
It's
then,
now a pressurized
so
environment.
then open the door.
We have strict containment
You should
protocols
probably
here.
Open the door.
I-
If it's pressurized and there's gonna be any issue with pressure, you're gonna be the one suffocating. You should probably open that door.
Sir, please.
I'm giving you a chance.
I'm trying to help
I'm
you
gonna put
here.
my
I'm
hand
trying
on-
to help
gonna
us
put my hand
all.
on that
Like,
door. I'm giving you a chance
if
right now.
the seal is broken, the flames will come and burn us all.
I'm giving you a chance. You got to make a decision.
Yeah, this guy like gets down on his knees, like, please don't break the seal. I have a family. Like,
Open that goddamn door.
I can't. I don't have the ability to.
Who does?
We have to reach out. Like, headquarters needs to be informed to like unlock it.
You have a lined phone here? Call him.
He's like, the phone's down at the end of the hall.
Go get
Like,
the phone.
Can we make it through the darkness? And like, yeah, it's like wispy tentacle lands moving through that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you are blissfully unaware, other than the sound of alarms now coming, and you're seeing like the shadow blob move its way up towards the elevator.
Oh fuck yeah!
Turn to Mason.
At this
like,
point, if
what
I'm
the-
at the end of the hallway and there's something there, I'm turning back into level 4 and slamming my body against that, trying to get out. Like,
I'll just ask Mason. It's like,
Oh my
what the fuck is
god.
this?
Yeah, you are privy to this site. Well, maybe not. I mean, if you're still in the shadow
That's
as
true.
you're summoning it, yeah, the guard basically like he's not gonna hang out to be in that like suffocating soup. He's gonna like immediately run away. I mean, you can stay in the blackness, but you're not gonna be able to see or hear anything once Vincent's bubble comes up
Okay.
next to you.
Well, I know he's here. So I'll do the Auspex mind thing and just stay in the shadow. You're fine. But the second I open this door, run as fast as you can. No danger, but if you want to avoid what you want to avoid, then leave as quickly as possible.
I'm slamming against it. I'm sorry. I figure it's a roll at that point. I
Yeah.
just rolled a 19. Like, it's going through, but it's not going through.
Yeah, you see a guard run through this black blob at the end of the hallway, and he says, "They're gonna break the seal. If they do, the whole place is gonna be flooded with gas, and it's gonna blow. We'll all fry. Please stop them."
Please stop them.
I'm trying to get headquarters on the phone to get them to pause, but it's all automated. Jesus Christ!
I was so content to ride out my fucking stint and relax, but this motherfucker's setting safe.
Dude, you have a good point. Like,
And,
I'm
and
trying
just,
to-
like
you're
the-
right,
the guard
exactly,
goes
yeah.
past you and stuff. He's like on a mission to go down to the hallway. He's like, "Oh, it's down the corner. I'll try and call him and get him to stop."
Yeah, you better. It's not like watching his fucking armless body fucking bash into a goddamn wall.
Well, like, you can't
fucking
even
zombie.
hear that he's bashing into
Oh, I
anything
can't.
either. I mean, like all sound, all lights dead. It's just total blackness where you are. You're probably like 10 feet from the end of the door where the guard once was. The guard knew enough to like, okay, I gotta get out of this. But
Yeah. The good news is
I mean,
it's
you're
just
not like
cracked,
suffocating
but
or
just-
painful in this, but you're also like, I can't see or hear anything. Am I just gonna sit here the whole time, or am I?
I'll lean up against the door basically.
I wonder if
So when
after a couple of rounds I try another exit.
I mean, yeah.
Like
I mean,
maybe
you're,
try another search out another area. I don't know.
You're bashing into this door. I mean, are you really going for it, or like, are you
With
using
what I can,
potence?
yeah. I mean, I
Wow.
was topped off, so
Oh boy.
I'm throwing it into it.
Oh Jesus.
Let's test their fucking defenses.
Oh God. All right. Let's take a little breaky poo,
Yeah.
How thick are these doors anyway?
and we are back. Roll me an attack as you're trying to like pound your way through this door.
Strength and something?
It would be a strength and close combat, and you said you were going to use potence on this too.
Yeah, I probably would.
Jesus.
So that's. So under a 27? Wow. Not by much, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you like slam into this thing, and from your perspective, like you see the glass crack on this.
Almost there.
It is still holding. You leaning up against this thing, like, are probably like literally knocked off the wall. As there's like so much
Oh,
force
boy.
going into this
Yeah.
door. And yeah, you saw this guard run past you before, and he says, "Clear the hallways. I'm gonna activate the suppression system. And
I'm gonna look at Mason like, the fuck is going on?
Mason like grabs you and pulls you back into the room.
And bites your ass.
And like hits the like close button on the door. And you also see like the other guard who is on the other side. They're like get into the other room, and similarly, like they're hitting the button repeatedly. And
I'm gonna auspex a message to him. Just stop, please, for the love of God, stop.
what are you doing, Vincent?
I'd love to give it that to a roll.
All right.
Intelligence.
Yeah, we'll say intelligence and awareness on this one, just to like be in the moment. Try to grasp at what you
Oh,
are.
thank God.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, thank God.
You stop and don't hit the door. Unfortunately, you both take some damage as flame jets like come out into it. Like I mean, it just cuts through the darkness instantly. Like your perception, it's all black, right? You can't see anything other than like suddenly like
It's orange.
it's all fire and like you're burning. And from your perspective, maybe you catch like a little bit of like see the like these little jets in the top of the ceiling like start raining down fire at the end. And both of you sustain 10 points of damage from fire as the end of this hallway like just and maybe like you can see these flame jets like coming out of the ceiling. The blackness is kind of like getting immediately erased, basically, that was at the end of the hall, and now it's just smoke coming out into the
Like
hallway.
the flames. I was like, thank you.
I
Both
would
of
say
you are
we're-
now like on fire. Your clothing is like caught. If anything's ignitable,
Yeah.
the flames stop. Like the jets aren't coming out anymore, but you're like just burning.
I'd say probably like retreat back to the room that I was in, but still darkening as I go. If I like, I still have blood to do it, so I'm still darkening as I
Yeah.
get back there
All right.
Why are you going at like a breakneck pace?
as fast as I can. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do the same thing, but I can't know where the fuck I'm going.
Just walking into
Well, and
walls.
And I know where the room is. The darkness.
Roll
is
me
cut.
willpowers and awarenesses, both of you, please.
One. Not one.
Not too much worse, but by 10.
Yeah, both of you are like,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
we're both burning, like we're on fire. This could be problematic, but we're still in the moment. Like we're not like frenzying yet.
Do the old shirt hack and fucking whip off the jacket.
Shirt
hack. Yeah.
And yeah, you make it back into this little cell, and you are out in the hallway. I presume. Are you following like the
I'm
darkness? or
doing
in
the same
dark-
exact thing he was doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Running
so
away.
I meant to state that. Yes, I'm going right back in the same exact cell.
Okay. Yeah. So you are in the cell now. You don't see any more flame jets coming out. You are still like smoldering. And you take another 3 points of damage. It's just like whatever clothing you had remaining on you is now like melting, probably. Like there's polyester and just
Ugh.
other shit getting into your flesh. You are also in the same state as like you may have whipped off your clothes, but you still get your pants and other things
Yeah.
are just like kind of cindering still.
Okay.
And just take another 3 points of damage. But
Half the flames
Ye-
out and yeah.
yeah, you're fairly confident. Like you're probably not going to take any more from what you got going. Like the worst has been done.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're also still in this inky blackness with no perception as to what's going on. You probably had your hand on the wall to like feel and get into this room. So you're
Yeah.
like in your mind, you're like, I think I'm out of the hallway, but
Yeah.
not really sure what's going on.
Did the hallway wall feel any different than the cell wall? No.
No.
Okay.
Still got that concrete texture to
Okay.
it.
I'll just. Well, there are flame jets coming out of the fucking ceiling, so I'll sit down, like with my back against the wall,
Very well.
and slowly kind of like do biothaumaturgy, like little pinpoint needles, just to, like repair that hair follicle, repair that hair follicle.
Oh
okay.
Jesus!
Good,
Yeah,
good,
I mean,
good,
yeah,
good.
you're not in. Yeah, I mean, your whole upper body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just burn.
I feel like once back in the cell, it's like level 2, level 2, level 2, like 3 times over, and then also like level 5. Like just like completely in a corner, like as dark as can possibly be,
Okay.
and just like hiding.
So you're not bringing yourself to frenzy or anything like that, but yeah.
No, but yeah, like absolutely getting as cocooned in darkness as I can.
All right.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, there is definitely like the darkness lingers in here for a while. You see like the the guard who was in the room beside you and Mason are both like kind of looking up like, is it Zika? And they hit the unlock on the door, slide it open, they both kind of peek their heads around and step out. The guard who ran down to like the control room at the end of the hall doesn't seem to be leaving. And
Weird night.
Yeah.
Mason's like, we need to stop them. Can you help me?
I'm trying to lock myself in, by the way, too.
All
Like,
right.
if I can't, like, I'll even try to work on the door, like, shut it myself. Like,
With your use of biothaumaturgy there, you can stop yourself from bleeding,
That's
but
a great
you
point.
are probably aware that, like, okay, if Vincent sustained the same injuries, he's still, like, bleeding. And even in shadow form, like, he's going to be burning blood. Or, I mean, you're not even aware he's in shadow form now. It's all just inky blackness to you. But you're like, if he's wounded, he's going to just keep, bleeding out.
Use Auspex and
What do you have for blood? Like, what level of Auspex
I don't know
is
if
that?
Auspex uses blood because from my understanding it doesn't.
I think it does. Like, it should be the same level of whatever you're using. Isn't it like a 4 or whatever? Telepathic communication?
that is a 4, yeah.
Hold on. Telepathy.
And plus, with your own biothaumaturgy that you're using on yourself.
I know biothaumaturgy doesn't use blood. Even like the construct at 5 doesn't even use blood. It's just essentially like rituals because it's you're using it in low stress situations. So we've done 2 messages with with Auspex, right?
Yes.
In total. So that would be 4.
Yep.
Each. Be down 8. So this will be the 3rd. So I'm currently at 25 after casting this, and this is going to be Ancestor's Insight, which is briefly probe someone's mind and then project a telepathic message, or plant a foreign thought in someone's plant a foreign thought in the mind of the target, and the foreign thought will be "You are safe."
Nice call. I was about to say, if it was anything other than that, I would keep trying. But if I'm secure, yeah, I want to cocoon myself in darkness and I don't know, go inert. Basically, like
Yeah.
I need to heal and be just here.
Very well. In your like black cocoon that you were trapped in, you reach out to the consciousness of Vincent and just try to implant that thought of like you're safe. What are you doing? You're in the cell, but you're completely oblivious to anything else going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have continued messaging or if it's just like that, but I'm basically like I need to help you. I need to see you, and I need to help you.
I'd say implanting that thought is one, but to try to reach out and reestablish
Another.
telepathic communication. I mean, you could just try talking to him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear and see normally.
Yeah.
You'd probably
true.
know enough to be like, well, I think he can hear me. Try.
Yeah, so
Meanwhile, the
yeah, I'd just be another telepathy then. It's just like, hey, like you need to come. Like I need to be able to see you to help you, and I can't.
How big are these cells?
the rooms that. Yeah, essentially, yeah. They're
Because the
fairly
blackness is
like,
only 10-foot diameter, right?
True.
yeah.
So that could barely be poking into the hallway if it was.
Yeah, exactly. You can see the end of the hallway now. And you can see, like, there's all these burn marks at the end, and there's this clearly, like, heavily cracked glass at the end.
Can I
Um,
see basically
It's
the
almost
door?
out.
Like, does the door to this open into the hallway or into the cell?
Into the hallway. So
So, yeah.
there's like these the two like ICU glass walled sealed units, and then there's the hallway, and then of course at the end of the hallway you have the elevator. At this end there's like the control room, and the cells, and the one that Vincent was in are on the left towards the elevator.
All right. Mason wanted to stop him. Close the door. Like we can see the door.
Francis, yeah, but if he goes into his shadow thing, like,
He's already in shadow thing. Look at it.
but it's not airtight. If we close the door, he can just go under it or around it or whatever.
But you'll see the shadow coming out.
But if he does that black thing, we can't really see where he's going or if he's summoning it.
Well, we can't see him to move him.
If we can, if we get him to the sealed rooms, he like points to the like ICU like glass walled rooms that you're in. Like he'll be locked in there. We know he can't get out.
Okay, but how do you propose doing that if you can't see him or get to him?
I don't know. We didn't realize
There's a
he
mirror
was
that works for you in there.
that out of it.
Yeah.
But if that like the whole room, the whole like floor is pressurized. If that door is unsealed for whatever reason, everything floods with gas and everything blows. It's fail safe.
Okay, we should not let that happen.
Has Quinn made it through to me?
Gwen, what are you doing?
I was projecting that telepathic message of like, I need to see you to help you. I mean, now that he's feeling safe, I figure there's a better chance of this actually going through.
Yeah, if you're willing to spend the blood, you are able to reach out to him.
I will give up the ghost and just go essentially completely inert, like cancel everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll rush over to his side and just start working at the worst areas. Probably, obviously, the head, I assume, but the shoulders.
Bleeding from weird places.
Yeah, at this point, Vincent's definitely lost some more blood in this whole thing, having been burned over a good portion of his body. And yeah, you're able to do the biothaumaturgy to just like stop it and everything.
Yeah.
Both of you have sustained some physical wounds, and certainly it'll take Vincent a while to regenerate.
Good.
Not
more
only
wounds.
besides
Yeah,
missing,
yeah.
limbs, you now have to regenerate. Like, oh god, you're a mess. You're like Anakin,
Right, at the
yeah,
end.
like
Yeah, but like
arms,
episode
all
3.
burnt. Yeah, you're just this like charred torso. Oh my god. Yeah, your own bleeding is stopped, but you are also pretty fucked up as well
Yeah.
at this stage. The darkness goes away. You reform into a body, and you
feel
are
like-
able to see like the guard slowly like go up to the cell and kind of like
Not
look
acknowledging
in,
him, not acknowledging him.
and he's just
He won this one.
If I can, I will like just mentally retreat into unconsciousness. Just fucking let everything go.
Your bowels.
There's probably not much in there.
just take me for God's sake.
Just put me down for fucking a week, please.
So
Yeah, what are you doing in this whole thing? Like,
go up with Mason to the cell. It's like kind of walk in. It's like, how you doing?
I think out, like he's just checked out.
Okay.
He's completely limp on the ground, type thing.
very well.
Well, that was interesting. You want to give me a hand moving him, Quinn?
I can't. If I can't.
Why can't you?
Well,
He ate my arms.
I have to work on it right now.
Yeah.
But
We're just moving him down the hall. You can stay with him. You can work on.
You
my worry is that
you
we-
lose
he's
another
gonna
5
he's
blood
gonna
points,
act-
Vincent.
he's gonna
At this
act
point,
out
it's just
again.
like the seeping from your numerous wounds.
Yeah.
So you're gonna work on him in that room?
Yeah.
Is that your intent?
Yeah. Like I'll stay with him and make sure nothing happens. But
He needs to be moved though. Because out here, if he tries that again and manages to get through that door, everyone dies. If we get him into another room,
Are
the
you
room's sealed.
familiar with the Auspex power?
I know of it.
I made him think that he's safe. He's fine.
Look at Mason. It's like, is that good enough for you?
Mason kind of like looks at the charred, stumpy limbed remains of Vincent, looks at you, also half burnt, although you are kind of like doing some stuff over him. He looks at you and says, I don't trust either of them right now. I think we should seal them both up for their own good. It's like, come on, boys. Just, I'll pick up Vincent. You can continue doing what you need to do, Quinn, in the other room. We'll all be fine. Let's just get to a little safer space.
When he's back to it, is he let out immediately?
I mean, if he's with us, seems to be out of it at the moment
Sure.
for various reasons.
Is the
Multiple reasons.
is the seal on that door the same as the seal on the door out there?
Yes.
Same failsafe?
The rooms aren't necessarily like, if the room is somehow breached, it wouldn't necessarily activate the hall defenses, but
Okay. So worst case scenario, I can burn through that door then if we aren't let out when we should be let out. As a failsafe on our own.
well, hopefully you just asked to be let out, because you seem to be with us, but Vincent doesn't seem to be in the same place, and that's just what
Yes.
we're kind of worried about.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't need
They will let you out. If
Another
they
world.
don't,
We
feel free to burn through
we
any
don't
door
need a
you would
death shadow moving through a precinct in Boston that's just on some killing frenzy.
Okay.
You understand where we're at here.
Yeah, I'll go with it. That's fine.
Alright.
Top me off with blood before I go in.
All right. Well, that's
there's
that's a
supply.
very good reason to go in the other room, because we don't have any
That's
blood
where
in the
supplies
cell. So,
Yeah.
Mason will go over and like gently pick up Vincent
I can-
and kind of like
yeah, I'll just like, well, I don't like. He might be a little more familiar with me, so like, would you like to help move him
Yeah.
gently?
Yeah, you
and
and
slowly.
You and I will do it.
yeah, you guys like.
I'll try to find the least charred spot to like support him.
It's bad. Like you reach out to like grab onto like his upper torso, and like the skin literally peels away as you're like pulling off. You're like, oh
Okay,
fuck!
no, what I'm grabbing him?
Okay, let's get under him. And
Professional hands, not creepy fingers.
oh god. Yeah, you guys managed to move him. It is a kind of a mess.
Nice and slow.
And yeah,
I feel like it's like when you pick up a cat that's a little bit annoyed and there's like a little bit of like a coming towards you. Like I think there's a little bit of that coming from him.
Oh,
like,
Jesus,
as he's
right
getting
there.
back, I'm like,
So yeah,
Like a
it
little
seems
nibble
to
on
be
the
trying
fingers
to
type.
feed on you as
but
you
been
are
gentle,
moving him.
you know,
You know.
I'm
It's a
annoyed.
playful bite.
Yeah.
Like babysitting with a farm, bro. That's fucking great.
You get him into the ICU unit. Mason like leaves or whatever. He says, "You're staying with him."
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks for putting the escape idea in there.
All right.
This is a
That
brutal
was
fuck
fun.
up. This is a
That was very fun.
brutal fuck up on my end.
Okay. Doctor,
At least there's
You
no way they
wanna
can know about that.
step outside the
Some
room.
of
We'll
us
seal it up.
fucked up.
And then you'll be
I'm
free to
stepping
go.
outside.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Mason says I'll stay with him and make
Is
sure
my-
everything's okay.
Is my medical gear in that room or a different room?
Probably in that room.
I'm gonna grab that. Before.
All right.
Because I may-
Vincent's still like playfully snapping at you, trying to feed
Just
on
go.
you.
Go ahead. No way. As I'm
So
grabbing
I
stuff.
have
a light tentacle reaches out.
I have a hand eye of 9, and I have reflexes of 9. I'd like to biothaumaturgy him with my right hand, and then with my left hand just go beep 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 and do the face first, but like slowly get my own fucking burnt skin off and just
Jesus.
regenerate that. But
Yeah.
gonna do for a 2-for-1 special here and just be like, I fucking hate this. Right
Yeah, this is probably gonna take a while. These are
Yeah.
some nasty wounds.
We're gonna be a while here anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oh
at least
my
I
god.
have some practice.
Fortunately, yeah, there's a ample supply of blood. Both probably not so much in this room anymore as it was required initially to bring Vincent out, and
Just burned
yourself.
through a shit ton of blood after getting topped off.
Yeah, both of you are. Yeah, that may become an issue. Like you take the blood out of the other ICU room, or Mason does anyway, and
Yeah.
brings it over to you. Be like, okay, you seem to know what to do with this.
Yeah. Like, I'm
We'll
just-
try and get some more. God forbid you guys need any more. Like you've gone through a couple humans worth already. But anyways,
Do you want to talk to him unless you want to try to do that? So
it's okay. Mason says, I'll stay here. He motions to you and basically says, I'll go talk to the guard, have him unlock the main door and
do
stuff
you
and
have
unseal it.
to Mason? Do you have any idea of what they're doing about that Torador clan that was in Boston?
I have no idea. I've been down here with you guys. I mean, I literally woke up
Oh right.
a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I have no idea
Okay,
really
sorry.
what's
Sorry, I
going
asked.
on.
I'm still a bit.
I hope to try to reconnect here.
I can't confirm because I didn't see it, but judging by the sounds and how he calmly walked back, I think they're very dead.
That's one though. There's a few left in that. Unless they were in the van. No, the van.
That'd be great.
Did you see that, by the way? All right, never mind.
No, like as a player, like see what
The van.
their van
Yeah, their van. The one that tried peeling away.
did it. Like
It was
Yeah,
impossible to
you
miss.
saw the giant explosion directly in front of you.
The
Yeah.
two giant
Yeah.
explosions.
You saw the green flame like roll out the first time, and the green
oh, that's
flame.
the van you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the van that they tried to pick up the.
Yeah, it's he's
Samurai.
referring to the.
Yeah, everyone in that van is very dead.
Good. As much as I hate Joshua West, he at least gave me something to use. Worth something.
So, blood is brought into the ICU room for you to use. Mason says, "I'll stay here." He's gone and talked to the guard. Meanwhile, and like the sealed doors at the end by the elevator, like they like don't fully like retract. Like there's obviously some like things have been bent and moved out of position. It's like, but
I
like
feel like you're gonna have
most of the elevator door is now accessible.
Yeah.
And Mason looks at you and says, "What do you want to do, Doug?"
I've got another appointment I need to get to.
That makes sense.
I spoke to. I'll point out whichever guard it was. He said he was arranging for a car.
Yeah, that was I think was that the guard who ran into the room or not? But anyways, yeah, we'll say that the guard that you approached comes back to you and says, "Yeah, they've got your car ready to go in the parking garage."
All right, sounds good.
Very
Well,
well.
thank you for this lovely adventure. I will spend a
See
great
you
another
again.
night.
Thank
Hope
you,
to
sir.
never see you again.
Have a
Moving
good
to
day.
Miami.
Good
I'm out.
night.
I think South Dakota looks great this time of year. It's like four vampires.
And yeah, you take the elevator back upstairs. Just go up a couple floors, and you're in the parking deck. Meanwhile, from your perspective, like you see Mason probably like get out a chair, bring it over, and drops it right by the seat.
Mhm.
He does. You probably you may not hear this, but seems to go down to the end of the hallway, talking to the guard in the control room for a while, and both of Mason and this other guard like set up directly across from the room that you're in, and probably are like looking right in at you guys basically as you're trying to work on
That's fine.
Vincent and
I'm
yourself.
used to people looking at my work.
Hey, they're just trying to look out for you.
Yeah.
And Mason does actually. God,
Is there a speaker on this or something like that?
yes, yeah. There's probably like a speaker panel. That would make sense. There'd have to be some sort of electronic communication means through there.
Yeah, for right now, I don't think there's any reason to communicate, but just sit here with my stumpy boy.
Stump boy. And so yeah, you go upstairs into the parking deck, find the car that has been designated for you.
It's a nice car.
I mean, it's
What,
an
like a
unmarked police car. Like
Taurus, probably?
yeah, it's not a high performance. It's not flashy, but it's well maintained and it runs and it does its job. And we will leave it off there for the night. As you enter your new vehicle. It's now probably 1:30 in the morning. And-
Like I said, I'm heading up. I'm gonna be heading up there, and if I have to spend the day there, it's okay.
Very well.
Things went better than I expected it to.